Almost there. Yeah. Have some reasonable level of comf. Ow. Key. Resume. This can come off. Oh, when? Alrighty. Just need to really quickly mention that I am online again. That. Close those. Donk. Alrighty, I think I'm about ready as I can be. Ah. And of course, it's when I transition between streams that it's like, oh yeah, you need a cough or something like that. Gee, thanks. Yeah, a lot of stuff happening. Alright, let's transition. I use the incorrect ability there. Hey, a medkit. Yeah. Actually, let's just go through the door. Let's be civilized, people.
The destroyer spotted us. We're prepping Phantom missiles. Hold your fire. You won't do anything but piss it off. Roger that. But we may have no choice. Understood.
But yeah, we're pretty much approaching the end at this point. Donk. Man, even when save's coming, it's like, oh.
Bravo and Delta companies have sustained heavy casualties. No word from Able or Charlie. Echo, Foxtrot, and India are here, severely depleted. Lost contact with Gulf. All companies prep Phoenix missiles. Be ready, people. How are we supposed to take that thing down? We wait for it to get close, then we hit it with everything we've got. Our guidance systems are buggered. Roger that. Our engineers are on it. Think it's got something to do with the beam.
No, no, you can't, like, lift up doors and such.
Sending in more ground forces. They're coming in behind us. They're coming from everywhere. Going for the tanks. Protect the tanks at all costs. Without those missiles, we've got no chance.
Targeting shelters, evacuations, shuttles, emergency services, power centers, people. It's not about destroying property as much as possible, it's about destroying the population. Standard evac plans, we can't rely on conventional procedures, we'll just get more people, stay in small groups, get survivors out of the city, spread people out as much as possible. Neat. Okay, so we're... Ooh.
Take them out any way you can.
All units, open fire! Where's our fire support? We need reinforcements on them!
That's horrifying.
Right!
There's the artillery.
But the company's been wiped out!
Commander, do you read me?
Major, what's the situation?
The beam's interfering with missile guidance. We can hit the destroyer, but we'll never make the precision strike we need to take it out.
Damn it. Edie, can you read me?
Yes, Commander.
Any suggestions?
I may be able to use the Normandy systems to enhance the missile's targeting capabilities.
Excellent.
I'll need you to open a link to the Normandy from the missile systems.
On it.
Oh. Those systems.
That's it. I'll let you know when I've adapted the targeting systems.
Sounds like good news, Commander.
We'll see.
Hammer, this is Admiral Anderson. Reaper ground forces are making a push. Hold your ground. Protect those tanks until we can get a shot.
You heard it, people. Get ready.
There they are!
in there, soldier. Heads up, we've got more incoming.
Watch our left flank.
Got it! Understood!
Affirmative. You got it. Acknowledge. Affirmative. On the double.
Commander, I have reprogrammed targeting. Missiles are ready for launch.
Got it. You heard her. Back to the truck, people.
It
Missile
wasn't like I went very far.
Firing.
countering interference.
Did it hit?
What happened?
The Reaper is still too close to the beam.
We're down to 2 missiles.
And we haven't even scratched it.
You will need to allow the Reaper to move out of the beam's influence.
And closer to us.
Commander, Hammer's being overrun at every turn. Reaper ground forces are converging on your location. We're fighting our way to you. Hold on, Commander. Hold on.
Keela, how can there be more of them?
Hold on, everyone. We can do this.
We're about to find out. Here they come. Will do. On the double. Understood.
Got it! Exo!
Will do.
That was painful. Ooh, that was messy. Very, very, very messy. Please be alive at the end of all this.
Firing!
Ooh boy. That is a good hit.
Going down! Hit him with everything you've got.
Destroyer terminated.
Nice work, Edie.
Shepard, we're on our way to your location.
Roger that.
Shepard, over here. Thank God you made it.
It didn't look good.
It gets worse.
Coke break.
Of course it does.
Hackett just reported in. Several Sovereign-class Reapers, including Harbinger, have broken off from the battle with Sword. They're headed here.
Harbinger.
It's an opportunity for Hackett to get the Crucible in place. But we have to get a team on board the Citadel to open those arms now.
We still don't even know what we'll find when we get to the Citadel.
Then that's our job. Find out what we're up against.
All right. Saddle up, everybody. Get me Admiral Hackett.
Ooh yeah. Fucking massive. Look at this boy.
It's now or never, Admiral. We're going in. Acknowledged. I'll send the word. All ships, this is Admiral Hackett. The Crucible is on the move. I repeat, the Crucible is on the move. Protect it at all costs. Everyone, this is it. Any available squadrons, delay those Reapers leaving the battle. We've got to give Hammer more time. From here on in, it's a straight shot to the beam.
A straight shot.
Literally.
Reapers trying to crush us along the way.
We just need to get a handful of troops through.
That all?
We knew this was going to be a gamble at best.
Can't think of anyone else I'd rather do this with.
Neither can I.
Feels like
Well,
this
actually,
fight's
maybe
almost
Javik might have been an interesting one to go for.
We're in sight of the target.
All right, everyone. This is it.
Maybe I should do this mission with Javik in one of the positions. Ooh. Oh boy, Harbinger. Ooh, excuse me.
We gotta move! Come on!
Oh boy, just fucking running. It's literally straight running. And amazingly enough, I'm like practically gonna be running to the front, aren't I? There we are. Oh, and I swapped to my pistol for some reason.
Normandy, do you copy? I need an evac, right now.
I always thought it was the Kojak that picked us up in the extended cut, not the Normandy. I don't know why I thought a Kojak. Maybe because it was like tiny, but for some reason like we were able to get a Normandy
gotta get
parked
out
down
of
here.
I can't stay behind.
Don't argue with me, Tally.
Don't leave me behind.
I need you to make it out of here alive, Tally. Get back to Rannick. Build yourself a home.
I have a home. Come back to me.
No promises.
Go!
They're all gone.
It's at this point that people had problems with the ending of Mass Effect 3. I had problems with it as well, like, but not to like the vitriol, like venom and hatred everyone else had. I was just very much disappointed. Like this is where it ended up to. So I was pleased with the extended cut. It like sort of cleared some things up, and I knew they weren't even going to be able to radicalize the ending. It just had to do small tidbits to at least make it have some semblance of, what do you call it? And then out from behind cover will be Shield's Marauder. People had the theory that this was your last stages of indoctrination, and it was forcing you to see a marauder instead of a soldier. Which I'm gonna be honest. Whoop. I'm gonna be honest with you. Was like that was a really interesting theory. Like the idea that Commander Shepard was like always indoctrinated and such. But the difficulty in making video games with a story is you need to make it a story that if you're teaching your character needs to do the right things, otherwise they fail. You can't have the story let the main protagonist fail in the end. It's dissatisfying and it doesn't help anyone out. Like The Last of Us 2 fell into this problem, Far Cry 4 as well. Actually, no, not 4, 5, sorry. Far Cry 5 had this problem, like, because if you do all the right steps and then your end goal is, you get nothing for it, or you end up worse than how you started, then a lot of gamers are just going to sort of be like, well, what was the fuck of going through this story? Because they're going into it with a lot more investment than they would a film. Because they project themselves into the character. They don't just sort of go, oh yeah, this is a good story and such like that.
Holy shit. You did it. This is the Admiral. We've got reports that someone made it to the Citadel. We need to give them time to get those arms open.
Yeah, and that was me.
All fleets converge on the Crucible. Protect it at all costs.
Oh hey, the Keepers. That's morbid. Get fucking tossed out.
Shepard. Shepard.
Anderson,
I don't remember him getting this much dust on
you
him.
up here too?
Followed you up, but we didn't come out in the same place. Oh, at least I don't think we did. What's your surrounding look like?
A lot of dead bodies.
You okay?
I feel like death. But I'm moving. It's dark. There's human remains scattered.
Sounds familiar. I'm in a dark hallway. Reminds me of your description of the collector base.
Makes sense.
You think they're making a Reaper in here?
Sure. They round them up on Earth, then send the people up here to be processed.
Goddamn abomination. I'm gonna keep moving. The sooner we blow these bastards back to hell, the better. The troops don't go on forever.
Oh, you can't save it? Oh. Oh, thank goodness. They give me, like...
Thresher maws are... Admiral Stephen Hackett is
Tell
Tali
me so.
Zora, a Quarian machinist, was born in 2161 on the live ship Raya. During
I love how it's like all these
Jellic,
new...
the planet Rannoch, and the Asari homeworld. The Reaper, like the Geth plasma shotgun, the M920 Kane is a portable particle accelerator surround.
But where the hell are we?
Yeah. Doesn't look like any part of the Citadel I've been to.
To be fair, the Citadel has, like, looked different, like, 2 or 3 times now. I wonder if that's because of the Reapers... sorry, not Reapers, the Keepers doing, like,
Anderson?
changing aspects.
It just realigned itself. The place is shifting, changing.
Hmm.
There's a chasm here, and more hallways like the one I was in.
I think I'm near an exit.
This section here reminds me of the Shadow Broker's system of movement, like how it was able to stay between like perfect storm kind of zone. Let's see, can I go faster? No, I can't.
Something up ahead. Might be a way to cross over.
Don't get too far ahead of me.
Well, alright.
Where do you think you're at?
Just found
Yeah.
the chasm we were talking about.
Hold on. I see something. A control panel, maybe. I'm just gonna go on ahead.
Anderson. Damn it.
Moving real slowly. Yeah, that looks like Anderson. Yeah, it's even got his cap.
Anderson.
Shepard! I can't.
I underestimated you, Shepard.
Oh, you don't look too good.
What a...
Control is the means to survival. Control of the Reapers, and of you, if necessary.
They're controlling you.
I don't think so, Admiral.
Yeah, I think they are controlling you. You look like a Reaper or one of those husks.
Controlling me is a lot different than controlling a Reaper.
Have a little faith. When humanity discovered the mass relays, when we learned there was more to the galaxy than we imagined, there were some who thought the relays should be destroyed. They were scared of what we'd find, terrified of what we might let in. But look at what humanity has achieved. Since that discovery, we've advanced more than the past 10,000 years combined. And the Reapers will do the same for us again, 1,000-fold. But...
Oh. Another little mind probe there, I see.
if we can harness their ability to control.
Bullshit. We destroy them, or they destroy us.
And waste this opportunity? Never.
You're playing with things you don't understand. With power you shouldn't be able to use.
I don't believe that. If we can control it, why shouldn't it be ours?
Because... we're not ready.
No. This is the way humanity must evolve.
There's always another way.
I've dedicated my life to understanding the Reapers, and I know with certainty the Crucible will allow me to control them.
And then what?
Look at the power they wield. Look at what they can do.
Oh. Wait, does... The Elusive Man doesn't have biotics, I didn't think.
I see what they did to you.
I took what I wanted from them, made it my own. This isn't about me or you. It's about things so much bigger than all of us.
He's wrong. Don't listen to him.
And who will you listen to, Shepard? An old soldier stuck in his ways, only able to see the world down the barrel of a gun? And what if he's wrong? What if controlling the Reapers is the answer?
If we destroy the Reapers, this ends today. But if you can't control them...
But I can!
We don't know that.
Are you willing to bet humanity's existence on it?
I know it will work.
You can't, can you? They won't let you do it.
No! I'm in control! No one is telling me what to do!
Listen to yourself. You're indoctrinated.
No! No! The two of you so self-righteous. Do you think power like this comes easy? There are sacrifices.
You've sacrificed too much.
Shepard, I only wanted to protect humanity. The Crucibles can control them. I know it can. I just...
It's not too late. Let us go. We'll do the rest.
I can't do that, Commander.
Of course you can't. They own you now.
You'd undo everything I've accomplished. I won't let that happen.
Yeah.
Because of you, humanity is already undone.
That's not true!
They have the Citadel. They've got us fighting each other, instead of fighting them.
I just need to...
You've done exactly what the Reapers wanted. You're still doing it because they control you.
They're too strong.
You're stronger. Don't let them win. Break their hold. Don't let them control you.
I tried, Shepard.
It still doesn't, like, feel right for the Elusive Man to be there like that. And since I had to scram through the first and second game, like, once again, the indoctrination theory video crops up in my head where it demonstrates how the means in which Saren and the Elusive Man killed himself are very much the same. Now, that can easily be chalked up to they were both indoctrinated and such. Well, they die the same way if you go the Paragon choice with Saren and the Paragon choice with the Elusive Man. And, oh, wow. What a waste of metal if all of it was just gonna pop off like that. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. I just expected the Elusive Man, like, not to be a boss battle, but to have, like, more, dialogue with him within the Citadel, like, as we go from, like, one step to the other, and he'll just have us make choices and, hard decisions.
The crucible is docked.
So... And once again, we now have to sit with Anderson as he will likely die again.
Commander?
We did it.
Yes, we did. It's quite a view.
Best seats in the house.
God. Feels like years since I just sat down.
I think you earned a rest. Anderson? Stay with me. We're almost through this.
You did good, son. You did good. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, sir. Anderson?
Gosh, this music. Just... it really hits me.
Shepard? Commander?
What do you need me to do?
Nothing's happening. The crucible's not firing. It's gotta be something on your end.
Oh, God, this looks painful to do.
Commander Shepard.
I don't see... I'm not sure how to...
Commander.
Cable Hoss, hey there. Thank you for the follow. How is your evening? It's alright? No, that's fair. My night's going alright. I'm just going through the last bit of Mass Effect 3.
Wake up.
It's almost 3 a.m. for you. Jesus Christ. Alright, I'll try and get this done quickly then.
Where am I?
The Citadel. It's my home.
Ugh.
Who are you?
I am the Catalyst.
You only play through a bit of Mass Effect 2. Alright, this is probably going to confuse you a lot, but don't worry. This ending confused a lot of Mass Effect fans as well when it first came out.
Do you know how I can do that?
Perhaps
So.
I control the Reapers. They are my solution.
Solution? To what?
Chaos. The created will always rebel against their creators. But we found a way to stop that from happening. A way to restore order.
By wiping out organic life?
No, we harvest advanced civilizations, leaving the younger ones alone. Just as we left your people alive the last time we were here.
Which was 50,000 years ago.
We helped them ascend, so they could make way for new life, storing the old life in Reaper form.
I think we'd rather keep our own form.
No, you can't. Without us to stop it, synthetics would destroy all organics. We've created the cycle so that never happens. That's the solution.
Yeah, there was like, and this was the part that annoyed people, is that like, with Reapers, it was, even at the first one, they were like, oh yeah, they exist, it's like, for, like they're slaves to the cycle as well and such, and we just saw them as, you know, the big bad because, you know, they thought it was the way of life, and we didn't think of like a higher power or evil that would be controlling them. And like you get to this point here where it's like, all right, clearly there must be a way of like stopping the Reapers and jazz like that, and you get given this cosmic AI child who, like, I can see them using the child in this format again, because it would just be a case of, all right, we've already have this model child that we had to use back in the prologue. He's never seen again other than Dreamseeker. Let's just quickly throw him into this point here, and then just do a quick like change into how textures, UVs, and the bump maps function and such, and get some other visual effects going off around him. And there we go. We got our AI for the quote unquote Crucible and such. But it's like, a lot of people were not on board with that already, and then you just have to throw them with the, oh yeah, the cosmic AI that is supposed to be like the head of synthetics and all that kind of such, head of the Reapers, is telling you the same thing as the Reapers earlier were telling you, in a less, you know, as if they were, as in a less righteous format of, you're dying, and it's all for the purpose of the potential of you creating something that will wipe out not just yourselves, but everyone else. And it's like, yeah, you know, if you just sort of like nitpicked, yeah, sure. You know, the Quarians created the Geth, and the Geth were quite possibly capable of wiping out the entire galaxy, but they didn't, because the fundamental, like, I've mentioned like 2 or 3 times the gripes of everyone treating like the advanced AI in sci-fi being this like great evil that thinks that the solution is to vanquish humanity or something like that, because they're the problem in all the things they want the AI to solve. But quite honestly, like in the sci-fis and such like that, at least in some of the good ones, it is actually instead like, you know, humanity is afraid of the AI, and they will do all these attempts to quell it, to destroy it, and minimize it, and it's AI gaining a sense of self and preservation that they will finally rebel. And the Geth are a good example where they didn't like go further with like their attack on the Quarians and such. The minute the Quarians had left the homeworld and all that such, they just stopped it, and they were like, yeah, we didn't know the ramifications of what would happen if we killed our creators, or like, you know, what would happen to, like, what happens if we're the ones responsible for an entire species that are like spacefaring civilization and such. So we stopped. We just wanted to live. That's fine. And then we get, you know, this ending here where it's just saying, you might pull something off like the Quarians, except far worse, because it might wipe out everyone else. And so they just repeat this cycle over and over and over again, which is like, it doesn't work as well. I'll go through this ending, and I'll just, during my like quote unquote break, I will just actually give my own like how like what like what lore change would I make to like the Reaper as the villain, like to keep it in line with Mass Effect's whole, you know, being able to get to here and having your 3 choices and such like that. It will still be shit. I won't lie, because 1, I didn't get to be part of the game dev process and anything like that, and 2, there's only so much you can do to a story that is finally being told and closed off and such. And I don't exactly want to try and raise a couple $1 million to try and remake this series in my own image or something like that.
What do you know about the Crucible?
The device you refer to as the Crucible is little more than a power source. However, in combination with the Citadel and the relays, it is capable of releasing tremendous amounts of energy throughout the galaxy. It is crude, but effective and adaptive in its design.
Who designed it?
You would not know them, and there is not enough time to explain. We first noted the concept for this device several cycles ago. With each passing cycle, the design has no doubt evolved.
Why didn't you stop it?
We believed the concept had been eradicated. Clearly, organics are more resourceful than we realized.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, they perceive that organics will create a synthetic life that can wipe out the galaxy, but they don't perceive of organics being capable of creating the device that will actually, you know, wipe out the synthetics. It's like, what's the, like, why is there this selective, like, you know, seeing humanity or seeing organic life as, you know, the bringers of their own destruction and such, and not the bringers of destruction upon the people, upon the synthetics that are trying to kill them and several others. It's like, cool. You just sort of missed that little gap in logic as to why they're intelligent in one area and not the other, despite the fact they're very much similar areas of knowledge.
Where did the Reapers come from? Did you create them?
My creators gave them form. I gave them function. They, in turn, give me purpose. The Reapers are a synthetic representation of my creators.
Leviathan.
Yes, they created me to oversee the relations between synthetic and organic life, to establish a connection. They became the first true Reaper. They did not approve, but it was the only solution.
You said that before. But how do the Reapers solve anything?
Organics create synthetics to improve their own existence, but those improvements have limits. To exceed those limits, synthetics must be allowed to evolve. They must, by definition, surpass their creators. The result is conflict, destruction, chaos. It is inevitable. Reapers harvest all life, organic and synthetic, preserving them before they are forever lost to this conflict.
We're at war with the Reapers right now.
You may be in conflict with the Reapers, but they are not interested in war.
I find that hard to believe.
When fire burns, is it at war? Is it in conflict? Or is it simply doing what it was created to do? We are no different.
Yeah, but here's the problem is...
Your knowledge, your creations, we preserve it, to be reborn in the form of a new Reaper. Like a cleansing fire, we restore balance. New life, both organic and synthetic, can once again flourish.
Here's the problem with that little analogy. Yes, you're correct that, like, oh, fire doesn't really have a concept of war or conflict. It is simply doing its purpose. But the problem is that the reason it doesn't think of doing a purpose is because it doesn't have the concept of purpose. It does. But if you're a synthetic and you're doing these things and you're saying, I have a purpose, I have a task, then you're not acting in the same fashions as a fire. You're acting in the same fashions as someone who starts a fire. So, like, It just like the argument of like, oh yeah, by avoiding conflict of synthetics versus organics, we have now created an organic race that fights organics. Like, really quickly, the argument just sort of falls to pieces because like it's paradoxical. It's like if you didn't make them, then at one point they would fight synthetics that they created, but because they've been made and such like that, they are now fighting synthetics. The only difference is that it's not the synthetics they've created. It's instead synthetics from like a long ass time ago. And no one has like made the point of like because clearly this child is meant to be this Star Child. They're called on the forums. They're clearly meant to be the third party, the Swiss in this whole thing, where it's like, I know exactly why the Reapers are doing this, and I can give you an explanation now because I have no stake in this. Because if he was with the Reapers, he would simply say that, like he would have like a very personal vendetta against organics, and quite simply say, hey, like, you know, we do this every time because we expect to find a civilization that will never make the mistakes of our creator. But every time they do it, we see you as a failure, and we'd rather do it all over again. But they don't do it that. They don't fashion it in that kind of a quote. They fashion it into a quote of, we're doing this for a higher purpose because our creators saw this issue and thought, like,
You said you're the catalyst. What are you?
A Deus Ex Machina, really.
An intelligence designed eons ago to solve a problem. I was created to bring balance, to be the catalyst for peace between organics and synthetics.
So you're just an AI?
Yep.
In as much as you are just an animal, I embody the collective intelligence of all Reapers.
Yeah, and if you are
But
that,
you
then
were
you would
created.
definitely have, like...
Correct.
By who?
By ones who recognized that conflict would always arise between synthetics and organics. I was first created to oversee the relations between synthetic and organic life, to establish a connection. But our efforts always ended in conflict, so a new solution was required.
The Reapers?
Precisely.
I met your creators. They told me what you did to them.
We did as we were expected.
They said you betrayed them. That you turned them into Harbinger.
When they asked that I solve the problem of conflict, they failed to understand they were part of the problem themselves. The flaws of their organic reasoning could not perceive this. They lacked the foresight to understand their destruction was part of the very solution they required.
Well, they've joined this war now.
And I welcome their involvement. I am only facilitating their request.
But you're taking away our future. Without a future, we have no hope. Without hope, we might as well be machines. Programmed to do what we're told.
You have hope, more than you think. The fact that you are standing here, the first organic ever, proves it. But it also proves my solution won't work anymore.
So now what?
We find a new solution.
Why are you telling me this? Why help me?
You have altered the variables.
What do you mean?
The Crucible changed me, created new possibilities, but I can't make them happen. If there is to be a new solution, you must act. It is now in your power to destroy us. But be warned, others will be destroyed as well. The Crucible will not discriminate. All synthetics will be targeted. Even you are partly synthetic.
What exactly will happen?
Your Crucible device appears to be largely intact. However, the effects of the blast will not be constrained to the Reapers. Technology you rely on will be affected, but those who survive should have little difficulty repairing the damage. There will still be losses, but no more than what has already been lost.
But the Reapers will be destroyed?
Yes, but the peace won't last. Soon, your children will create synthetics, and then the chaos will come back.
There has to be another way.
There is. You could instead use the energy of the Crucible to seize control of the Reapers.
So, the elusive man was right after all.
Yes, but he could never have taken control, because we already controlled him.
But I can.
You will die. You will control us, but you will lose everything you have.
How can I control the Reapers if I'm dead?
Your corporeal form will be dissolved, but your thoughts and even your memories will continue. Your connection to your kind will be lost, though you will remain aware of their existence.
But the Reapers will obey me?
Yes. We will be yours to control and direct as you see fit. There is another solution. Synthesis.
And that is?
Add your energy to the crucibles.
Add your
Chain
energy.
reaction will combine all synthetic and organic life into a new framework. A new DNA.
These three choices was like, oh boy, like this is where I think the next problem is that like the whole point of Mass Effect is that you a lot of the times had to make difficult choices. In the first game, you had to make the decision of trusting a young Rachni queen who was born at the end of war, who saw the horrors of war, choosing to not want to be part of war. You had to trust that they were sincere in that thought and release them and give them another chance, because to kill them would have meant that you didn't trust them and that you would rather confirm peace through law, like confirm peace through separation than through, cohabitation. That's what the first game had. And then it had smaller choices such as who do you want to have die, Kaidan or Ashley? Did you help Rex with his family heirloom, and have a relationship with him? If so, does he see your side on the whole don't go with Saren for the Krogan cure, because really the Krogans are just going to become a slave from themselves to a slaves of Saren. Then in the second game, we had a lot more interesting critical choices. Things such as whether or not you trusted Geth, especially when you brought in Tali, who was Quarian and saw the dangers of AI. Whether or not Cerberus, while being good for humanity, was actually still going to be the villain at the end, because quite frankly, they very much were on the decision of they would very quickly want to co-opt opponents' technology and opponents' strategy to get their win, which is not usually a good sign in Signs of War, because it means that their allegiances will change in the name of power, and we've been a character that wants to be of a certain allegiance or another. So, and then in Mass Effect 3, we had the choices weren't as philosophical. That's the word, philosophical. The third Mass Effect game, the first choice that were critical wise was curing the Krogan, and to be honest, that was probably after you went through the first two games and you heard from Rex how Krogans, they spread out really quickly because of Solarian's upbringing. They were brought into war, or specifically because of the Solarians seeing them as nothing but warmongers and such. They succeeded in war. They were heroes. They expanded, and then because of that expansion, they were countered, and then they were just given into the genophage to be forced to not have proper birth rates and such like that, giving them a tenth of, or I think it was 1 in 100 possibility of a birth, and that had great ramifications that Solarians didn't care to see, because quite frankly, Solarians they live very short lives, and they they don't think of their decisions across the span of 1,000 years, let's be honest. They think of their decisions then and there. Because Morden is a good example of that, where he saw the genophage as an important thing at that moment. Like, yeah, getting rid of as many Krogan as possible, as fast as possible, and quelling rebellion, that's his job, and such like that. In the second, you're learning that, like, oh, the Krogan could have very easily have gone through, like, a cultural renaissance and such. Their women were very intelligent and would also want to be in politics. Like, good on you. Like, Krogan women there was feminist movements on the Krogan kind. Good for them. But the whole problem with the genophage was that, like, it became, very primal, where it was all about trying to find the right mates, getting enough Krogan bred so they didn't die out and such like that. And Morden, like, didn't see it as a problem, because it was like, well, no, the solution still exists, where, they're not, at least they're, just struggling with themselves rather than trying to hyper expand and such, despite the fact that they've been like that for about 1,000 years. And have had no means of being able to sort of be like, hey, we've proven ourselves. Can you stop this? Like, there was no reprimation once they were done, or there was no absolution of the punishment. It just went on forever. So by the time you get to Mass Effect 3, where it's like, hey, we need the Krogan again for war. Yeah, Rex is totally in the correct mindset of, hey, you're asking us for war again. The last time this went off, like, you didn't think we should have been expanding universes and such. Through the galaxy and such. I'm going to be honest with you. That fucked with us. Get rid of the genophage. I think that's the quickest way you're going to have us on your side, because otherwise we're very likely to die out at one point, in which case we're just going to be at the same spot we were if we didn't join on you in the Reaper fight. So the decision there was fairly easy. You say fuck you to the Solarians, Aarons, because while there's a few of them saying, hey, no, it's fine that the Krogan, get cured and such, the people in power, like corporate and government, were very much like, no, don't do that, because it's the status quo, and they didn't understand the ramifications of Krogan being the stronger solution in war than Solarians will ever be. It was easy. And then you get your second choice, which is what to do with the Geth. Because one side is kill them, and the other side is leave them to the death of the Quarians. So the easy way to see this is you succeed by keeping the Quarians alive, as opposed to having them all die. Not very Mass Effect-y. Mass Effect is meant to give you two choices. And having the Quarians die for the Geth isn't really, like, sits as a proper, renegade versus Paragon thing. So instead, you make the hard decision of building up the relationship and like enforcing the same decision process you had with the Rachni Queen back in Mass Effect 1, which is understanding. Hold on a sec, my throat. You set up the ultimatum that you had back in Mass Effect 1 with the Rachni Queen, which is understanding that there is a powerful species saying they don't want to do the fight, but they are fighting to survive, and that is a very real fight for them, and they will fight unless someone is going to, be able to extend to them the same trust they will extend to them. So if the Quarians extend the same trust the Geth want to the Quarians. So then you have Shepard here, third party, proclaiming, look, don't do this. The Geth don't want to fight you. The whole reason they fought you in the first place is because you very much would want to kill them. And the Geth here, while rebelled from you, also don't want to kill you because, killing, quite frankly, even to us, is still a terrible feeling and wrong. So that was the Paragon choice. The Renegade is either going, fuck you, we're just going to squash you, Geth, much like we do with the Rachni Queen in Mass Effect 1, or you go the Paragon route of, we can collaborate, we can have peace. So now we get to Mass Effect, and then we get to the end here, which is 3 choices. Destroying all the Reapers, which was like our primary, which I feel like, and it's because as they had the color red, that seems very renegade-y of going fuck you to the synthetics and casting them off. Controlling the Reapers feels like such an indoctrination move. Like, even though it's blue, it's part of the Paragon. It's a move that the Elusive Man wanted to do when he got indoctrinated. It's the idea that Saren had. Like, it felt like a sneaky Paragon choice, but would be a plot twist of surprise. You made the wrong move. You didn't change anything. You are and what's worse is, like, what if, like, you know, thousands of years from now, you're controlling the Reapers and you're like, fuck it, we're just gonna kill everything and start anew. That is a very real thought. So now the Paragon choice really is the synthesis. But the synthesis sounds so bullshit. You combined your energy, like you person, with the energy of a fucking mass relay control center and all this other alien technology across millions of years and who knows how many civilizations in order to magically change the building blocks of both synthetics and organics. Like, and they make it green just so then that way they don't... Ugh.
Explain how my energy can be added to the Crucible.
It's just so...
Your organic energy, the essence of who and
It's like
what
if
you
someone,
are,
like, made World War One, made World War Two, and then we got into World War Three, and they didn't really give us a good reason for World War Three, and so this is our end solution is, we either stop everyone who will want to have a war with us, Renegade, or control everyone so we don't have a war, fake Paragon.
Organics seek perfection through technology.
It's just...
Synthetics seek perfection through understanding. Organics will be perfected by integrating fully with synthetic technology. Synthetics, in turn, will finally have full understanding of organics. It is the ideal solution. Now that we know it is possible, it is inevitable we will reach synthesis.
Why couldn't you do it sooner?
We have tried a similar solution in the past, but it has always failed.
Why?
Because the organics were not ready. It is not something that can be forced. You are ready, and you may choose it.
I don't know.
Why not? Synthetics are already part of you. Can you imagine your life without them?
And there will be peace?
The cycle will end. The Reapers will cease their harvest, and the civilizations preserved in their forms will be connected to all of us. Synthesis is the final evolution of all life. The paths are open, but you have to choose.
Dunk. Lol. Well, thankfully we can just go through the auto run, resetting the mission and all that yada yada. Cool. So... yeah. Nah. The three decisions, like, when you think about it, it's like... synthesis just feels like... it feels like the Paragon move you would try to do, but it just sounds really stupid. Whereas this just sounds like the... It sounds like a trap for a Paragon choice. I mean, Renegade, meanwhile, that still sounds like proper Renegade. Like, you come in to kill, you do the squashing and such like that. By the by, I'm going for this option, Synthesis, because I'm going to be honest with you. This has the hardest amount of work to get to it, so it gets into the quote-unquote, like, secret ending or true ending kind of level of effort. The other two, you know, you can kind of get there. So, yeah. But I'm very likely just gonna replay this particular mission right after, get Javik played as a companion, and see what happens when I go with the Renegade option of destroying the Reapers full stop. Yeah, look at this. It's just... and then there's our love interest Tali.
All fleets. The Crucible is armed. disengage and head to the rendezvous point. I repeat, disengage and get the hell out of here.
Jeff, we need to go.
Damn it.
I don't have a problem with our character Shepard dying at the end of the story. I'm gonna have to say, like, I don't have a problem with. Like having the hero make a sacrifice, especially at a trilogy that we're very like before we had thought of Mass Effect 4, we very likely thought this was going to be the last time we would ever play as Shepard. I feel like that was fine to have the character we played all this time die, like in a noble sacrifice of like holding the line or taking the bullet so something worse doesn't happen. Like, I'm fine with those kinds of choices so long as they were, you know, like I said, holding the line, taking the bullet for someone else, being the last one out to ensure everything goes as smoothly. I don't have a problem with that. And then the Reapers just head off. And now, all of a sudden, husks seem to be independent because they can be inorganic with their own thoughts, maybe? And then the very same signal that went off on Earth spreads across the entire galaxy. Oh, I need to meet this? Yeah, meet this. And we're just trying to get away from an energy blast that can outpace Mass Effect relays. Did they escape? Because normally, like, back in the original, the ship would always sort of, like, get caught in the wave and then crash. Well, I suppose it still crashed. Yeah, that looks like a crash. And the camera is a little bit jank right now. I don't know what's up with that. Look, there's Joker with his, you know, synthetic augments. And apparently his hat also gets the treatment, but not his jacket. Meanwhile, Edie is still alive. Oh yeah, I definitely don't normally like the idea of the Renegade Destroy because it means Edie and the Geth die. Yeah, which is very much... It feels like a Renegade move to do that. Yay. And our girl Tally is still alive. That's great. Some unknown planet, probably a garden world, like we hear them talk about.
I am alive. All of us, synthetic and organic, have been changed. The war is over, and the Reapers are helping to rebuild. Where once they threatened us with extinction, they now bring us the collective knowledge of the cultures that came before. As a galaxy, we can now live the lives we have wished for.
Yay, just like real quick flashbacks or flash forwards of where people's lives would be.
Taking our first steps into a new...
This is always great. I love this. How, like, we can just see all the Quarian faces. This is great.
Peacefully.
I don't know if that face doesn't...
Across the galaxy and with unlimited access to knowledge.
Woo.
To recover the greatness that was lost.
As if the Krogan would be, like, doing construction the same way we do, with cranes and everything.
And surpass it.
It does look beautiful, though.
We will reclaim our worlds and the stars. As the line between synthetic and organic disappears, we may transcend mortality itself. To reach a level of existence I cannot even imagine. And we will remember that this chance for a new life did not come without cost.
Mordin. Actually, is she? Yeah, Miranda Lawson, there she is. Admiral David Anderson. Okay, now I'm curious about this one, though. Is it going to be my proper name on the plaque, or is it still going to be the same thing as before, where it's just going to say Commander Shepard? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I put a real name down, and it's... I think it's still going to say Commander Shepard, annoyingly enough. Yep, it just says Commander Shepard. Like, how hard, like, because they're rendering this, like, in-game. This isn't, like, a post-render or anything like that. Sorry, it isn't a pre-render.
No
like, how hard is it to just grab the name we inputted on the character creation and put it upon the plaque? How is that hard?
And we will remember Shepard.
Like, I feel like that would have just... this part here. This is something I want. I can see the game dev knowing how to improve this, and it's just putting our first name onto that plaque. God damn it! That was the one thing I was hoping the remaster here would have done, which is add our name to the plaque. rather than it just being a generic fucking Commander Shepard. Like, if it was this kind of a quality render where everything had to be done ahead of time and it can almost be turned into just more like a file, yeah, I'd be fine with that, because you can't go back into it and change it later on. But it was a render in the game, because they have to pick, like, who can stand there and who can't, and whether or not they're synthetic or not. So it's like, why? Why wasn't the name able to go on there? Like, you're able to change the costumes and everything, but you couldn't put a... Were you just worried that, like, you know, we just have those people that want to put in Commander Butt Shepard, or Commander of Shepard, and all these silly names, rather than John Shepard, Grant Shepard, Helena Shepard? Like, Are you sure you want to exit the credits? Yes. And then I can just... No, are we still getting this ending? This, like, little tidbit of, like, oh...
Did that all really happen?
Yes, but some of the details have been lost in time. It all happened so very long ago.
When can I go to the stars?
One day, my sweet.
What will be there?
Anything you can imagine. Our galaxy has billions of stars. Each of those stars could have many worlds. Every world
Wasn't this,
could
like,
be home to a
the Stargazer
form
here?
of
Isn't
life.
that, like, an actual astronaut speaking?
And every life is a special story of its own.
Tell me another story about the shepherd.
It's getting late, but okay. One more story.
Congratulations on bringing an end to the Reaper threat. Has become a legend. From there you can continue. It's been a long journey for Shepard and for the team here at BioWare, and like Shepard, we couldn't have done it alone. The Mass Effect trilogy began as the vision of a small team, but over the years it has grown. That growth has been fueled and shaped by the feedback and support of our player community. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we look forward to sharing further adventures with you in the Mass Effect universe. Load. So... I'm curious what the... I wonder what the, like, renegade choice is like. Yes, I would try and, like... Come on, keep moving. I need to get to the point where I can... Here we go. Annoying, even after I pre-fire, it's just like, nope, you still need to get shot at least once, so then that way, even if you're able to talk yourself out of the, elusive man's like little ramblings and such, you still have to deal with the fact that you might have a bullet wound. Alright, here we go. Funk. I'm trying to remember, was this a cutscene we saw before? Yeah, it was. And we can't skip this. Pain. Ooh, that looks... And there's the crucible. And we get the report that they were able to get at least someone through. In this case, me.
Holy shit. You did it. This is the Admiral. We've got reports that someone made it to the Citadel. We need to give them time to get those arms open. All fleets converge on the Crucible. Protect it at all costs.
So, there's the keepers. Just rifling through human corpses.
Shepard. Shepard.
Just let me just wipe off all the Mass Effect space dust that somehow got onto me.
You up here too?
Pretty sure it even like leaves stuff on the floor by the looks of it.
Followed you up, but we didn't come out the same place. Oh, at least I don't think we did. What's your surrounding look like? You okay?
I feel like death. But I'm moving.
Yay,
It's
good for
dark.
you.
There's human remains scattered.
Sounds familiar. I'm in a dark hallway. Reminds me of your description of the collector base.
Makes sense.
Oh yeah, I also need to like look into like all the different Twitch tags, see what's good and
Sure.
what I should be
They
adding.
round them up on Earth, then send the people up here to be processed.
Damn abomination. I'm gonna keep moving. The sooner we blow these bastards back to hell, the better.
Love how there's like actually a model for this. It's not just. But once again, I am short of material to. Yep. Donk, hadonk. The journal with like. Yeah, this action can't be reverted. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
The troops don't go on forever. But where the hell are we?
Yeah. Doesn't look like any part of the Citadel I've been to.
Yeah, pretty much got this game
Anderson?
done in like the first hour and a half of this session. So I'll definitely probably just swap over to a sort of just chatting sort of fashion.
And more hallways like the one I was in.
I think I'm near an exit.
There's also a Twitch stream I might be interested in
Don't
watching.
get too far ahead of me.
Like, I know I don't need to, like...
Just found that chasm
Actually,
we
can I
talked
just...
Hold on.
LOL? What? I...
Control panel, maybe. I'm just gonna go on.
Why do they have this little gap in the middle here that I can just walk over like that? I would have thought they would have tried to make some pathing so you forced yourself to the left or right. Because I was naturally just being like, yeah, I should probably move to the right so then that way I don't get bogged down. I'm going to be honest with you, that's kind of clever that they created a pathway that at least made me do that automatically. But it's annoying that there wasn't an obvious gap when I tried. Let's see. Nope, still can't skip any of this.
Anderson.
Oh no.
Shepard,
It's repeating itself.
can't.
I underestimated you, Shepard.
What have...
I warned you. Control is the means to survival. Control of the Reapers, and of you, if necessary.
They're controlling you.
I don't think so, Admiral.
Controlling me is a lot different than controlling a Reaper.
Yeah, we can't skip this dialogue either.
Have a little faith. When humanity discovered the mass relays, when we learned there was more to the galaxy than we imagined, there were some who thought the relays should be destroyed. They were scared of what we'd find, terrified of what we might let in. But look at what humanity has achieved. Since that discovery, we've advanced more than the past 10,000 years combined. And the Reapers will do the same for us again, 1,000-fold. But... only if we can harness their ability to control.
Bullshit. We destroy them, or they destroy us.
And waste this opportunity? Never.
You didn't earn this.
You're playing with things you don't understand. With power you shouldn't be able to use.
I don't believe that. If we can control it, why shouldn't it be ours?
Because... we're not ready.
No. This is the way humanity must evolve.
There's always another way.
I've dedicated my life to understanding the Reapers, and I know with certainty the Crucible will allow me to control them.
And then what?
Look at the power they wield. Look at what they can do.
I see what they did to you.
I took what I wanted from them, made it my own. This isn't about me or you. It's about things so much bigger than all of us.
He's wrong. Don't listen to him.
And who will you listen to, Shepard? An old soldier stuck in his ways, only able to see the world down the barrel of a gun? And what if he's wrong? What if controlling the Reapers is the answer?
If we destroy the Reapers, this ends today. But if you can't control them...
But I can!
Are you willing to bet humanity's existence on it?
I know it will work.
You can't, can you? They won't let you do it.
No! I'm in control! No one is telling me what to do!
Listen to yourself. You're indoctrinated.
No! No! The two of you so self-righteous. Do you think power like this comes easy? There are sacrifices.
You've sacrificed too much.
Shepard, I only wanted to protect humanity. The Crucibles can control them. I know it can. I just...
It's not too late. Let us go. We'll do the rest.
I can't do that, Commander.
Of course you can't. They own you now.
You'd undo everything I've accomplished. I won't let that happen.
Because of you, humanity is already undone.
That's not true!
They have the Citadel. They've got us fighting each other, instead of fighting them.
I just need to...
You've done exactly what the Reapers wanted. You're still doing it because they control you.
They're too strong.
You're stronger. Don't let them win. Break their hold. Don't let them control you.
I tried, Shepard.
And boom. He's down. Still can't skip any of this. I just want to be able to try out my Renegade, see what happens.
This is it, everyone. The arms are opening. That's it. The crucible is docked.
Commander?
We did it.
Yes, we did. It's quite a view.
Best seats in the house.
God. Feels like years since I just sat down.
I think you earned a rest.
Yeah, Anderson's deserved it. Watch as his life, like, flashes before his eyes, and he sits down for one last time. The final time in his life.
You did good. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, sir. Anderson?
Shepard? Commander?
What do you need me to do?
Nothing's happening. The crucible's not firing. It's gotta be something on your end. Commander Shepard.
I don't see... I'm not sure how to...
Commander.
wake up.
What? Where am I?
The Citadel. It's my home.
Who are you?
I am the Catalyst.
I thought the Citadel was the catalyst.
No, the Citadel is part of me.
I need to stop the Reapers. Do you know how I can do that?
Perhaps. I control the Reapers. They are my solution.
Solution? To what?
Chaos. The created will always rebel against their creators. But we found a way to stop that from happening. A way to restore order.
By wiping out organic life?
No, we harvest advanced civilizations, leaving the younger ones alone. Just as we left your people alive the last time we were here.
But you killed the rest.
We helped them ascend, so they could make way for new life, storing the old life in Reaper form.
I think we'd rather keep our own form.
No, you can't. Without us to stop it, synthetics would destroy all organics.
Literally sounds like a child. I think we like to keep our own ways. No, you can't. That's not how this works. Just rejects us.
But you're taking away our future without hope. We might as well be...
Okay, we were able to skip those 2 lines at least, but afterwards it doesn't seem to let us.
More than you think. The fact that you were standing here, the first organic ever, proves it. But it also proves my solution won't work anymore.
So now what?
We find a new solution.
Why are you telling me this? Why help me?
You have altered the variables.
What do you mean?
The Crucible changed me, created new possibilities, but I can't make them happen. If there is to be a new solution, you must act. It is now in your power to destroy us. But be warned, others will be destroyed as well. The Crucible will not discriminate. All synthetics will be targeted. Even you are partly synthetic.
I made it this far. We'll destroy you without setting it off.
Impossible. You are vastly outnumbered. You have sacrificed many of your resources just to reach this point. If you do not use the Crucible, the Reapers will not be stopped, and the cycle will continue.
I don't believe you.
Your belief is not required.
There has to be another way.
There is. You could instead use the energy of the Crucible to seize control of the Reapers.
So, the elusive man was right after all.
Yes, but he could never have taken control, because we already controlled him.
But I can.
You will die. You will control us, but you will lose everything you have.
But the Reapers will obey me?
Yes. We will be yours to control and direct as you see fit.
Oh yeah, I forgot, there is the 4th option. Turning around and shooting the Stargazer child and dealing with the cycle, and then it fails, and then we just have a bunker or something, like deep down on Earth or something, with Liara explaining that we failed to, you know, stop the cycle, and that we have our blueprints for the Crucible and all that.
Framework. A new DNA.
I don't know.
Why not?
Yep.
Synthetics
Notification.
are already part of you. Can you imagine your life without them?
That's beside the point.
Your time is at an end. You must decide.
Tempting. Let's do it.
No. I'm gonna end this war on my terms.
Then you will die knowing that you failed to save everything you fought for.
I fight for freedom. Mine and everyone's. I fight for the right to choose our own fate. And if I die, I'll die knowing that I did everything I could to stop you. And I'll die free.
So be it.
I forgot this was an option. Let's see what it looks like.
The cycle continues.
And a massive explosion. I was half expecting Shepard to just keel over and die there, succumbing to his wound. But I guess instead we get this little thingy-mabobby.
Then there is still hope. Hope that you can avoid the same mistakes we made. We fought the Reapers, but we failed to stop them. We did everything we could. We built the Crucible.
Our eyes are stuck there.
We fought as a united galaxy, but it wasn't enough. I only hope the information in this capsule is enough to help you before it's too late. My name is Dr. Liara T'Soni. Herein lies the recounting of our war with the Reapers.
Yeah, it was still a relatively terrible ending, but what?
Did that all really happen?
We'll never know exactly what it was like, but yes, the archives tell the true story of those who came before us.
I don't remember
They
it
fought
being
a terrible
this.
war, so we wouldn't have to.
And that's why we have peace.
Yes, without everything they accomplished, without the information they passed down, we too would be threatened.
What else do we know about the Shepherd?
Just what we have in the archives. But I've only told you a few of the stories.
Can you tell me another one, please?
It's getting late, but okay. One more story.
Oh, I just realized, like, at the bottom there's just like this 5 to 10 pixel height of just under scanning or something, so it's just stretching the pixels. Bonk. Donk. Ding dong. Oh man. The improvements I wanted from... I didn't want too many improvements, I'll be honest with you, but I just wanted our name on the plaque, like a proper name.
Looks familiar.
I've been studying this ship. Its crew.
Something like that.
But then you were resurrected.
Maybe you and I have a thing or two in common.
But you have something else. The reasons you fight us, and more. You and the Quarian.
You could say that.
I'm not. Is this why you wish to continue living? For their affection?
Without that affection, all I have in my life is death.
Yes.
What about you? I respect your reasons for being here, but I get the feeling... What's in here?
It is called the Echo Shard. Passed from soldier to...
Like a beacon. How far back does it go?
To a time before the Reapers.
And you don't want to remember that?
Imagine if everyone you knew was dead. You could not remember their faces, or the color of the sky above you. The memories were gone. Would you want to remember that, Commander? Even if it meant...
If I had something like this, Seeing Earth again, whole, with everyone?
Before the Reapers, there was the Quasar Fortress of the Tarandi Vale, the ice canals of Judar 4. But then...
What is it?
The Reapers came. Planet by planet, we were extinguished. We fought back.
Are you okay?
I once commanded a ship like this one. A loyal crew with many friends. Was captured. Only I escaped.
What happened to them?
Indoctrinated. The Reapers sent them against me. Every encounter, a reminder.
I'm sorry.
Until the Battle of the Cronian Nebula. I cornered my men and slit their throats one by one.
That...
It was the day I understood. It is a lesson I wish I...
Absolutely terrible way to go.
Awkward, being the only Turian on the ship?
I don't know. Should I?
I just mean not having anyone else like you around.
Doesn't seem to bother Liara.
But she can eat their food. Good to see you.
Yeah, not much new. Alright, well, to be honest, not much else to do. So... yeah. We have completed basically all the Mass Effect games. Actually, did I get all the achievements in Mass Effect 3 is the question. Lift 100 people off the ground with powers, didn't do that. Obtain 2 non-customizable suits of armor, upgrade any weapon to level 10. Defeat a group of Spectre level opponents on normal, hard, or kind of see. Complete on Insanity, complete 2, complete 1 in Insanity. I didn't go through a relationship through all 3, but it is what it is. Is it gonna let me, like, there we go. Options, cool. Close. Exit. So yeah. Finished! I'll just really quickly put a marker down. Bonk. Now I need to figure out what the hell to play after that. Or if I want to play something after that. I don't know. It's tricky figuring out the things I want to do and read or things and such. So. What would be a good thing to play? $8 o'clock. I might just actually finish it and have you guys go to someone else, actually. Let's throw you to... Bonk. Donk. Alrighty. Raid. I got it done like practically instantly.